Good evening and a very warm welcome to Heathrow's Terminal 3. Guys, tonight I'm going to be flying with Emirates in their brand new premium economy. What better could an experience be than flying with one of the world's best airlines in a brand new product? I've been looking forward to this one for a really long time, so come along with me. It's going to be a voyage of discovery. My journey on that evening started at a cold and gloomy Heathrow's Terminal 3. That said, as ever, with Emirates, they make it so nice and easy as part of the check-in process. There was dedicated check-in lanes for premium economy. That said, on that particular day, I opted for the automated approach and it worked really quite nicely. That said, those premium economy lanes were nice and quiet, and that also would have been a nice place to have checked in. It was in the middle of school holidays, so the main concourse of Heathrow's Terminal 3 was incredibly busy. Whilst it was nice to see the return of a number of middle-of-the-road stores, there was sadly no place for me to sit within the restaurant, so my new suitcase doubled as a nice little table as I tucked into a fairly simple dinner from Pret. That said, I did get the opportunity to visit the EL&N establishment. It's kind of like a cafe restaurant, and I would recommend going there, particularly if the terminal is particularly busy. And finally, whilst lounge access wouldn't be included as part of a premium economy ticket, you can always buy yourself in with Emirates. This costs around £100 or around 500 Arabic dirhams. Onboarding onto the aircraft, I was incredibly excited to jump on board. This ultimately was going to be the very first time that I was seeing the brand new premium economy cabin. Emirates have opted to put it right at the front of the main deck, which is really quite a nice place for it. The seats are laid out here in a 242 configuration. I had 35k on that particular evening and it worked very nicely indeed. We'll get on to some more of the benefits a little bit later as to why that front section works so nicely. But for now, let's get on and have a bit of a look around. The cabin on the whole was looking absolutely stunning. I quite liked the more modern touches. The wood worked especially nicely, and those seats with the quilted leather really looked very nicely done indeed. A little bit of a critique on the seats. They were a little bit hard compared to some of the other newer premium economy products that I've checked out in recent times, such as Finnair, but with the adjustable headrests and a huge amount of space, it really was a solid 9 out of 10 at least on the cabin front. Arriving at the seat, I then found a blanket and also a large economy-esque style of pillow. I was a big fan of the additional storage space just down to the left-hand side. That was ideal for headsets or larger items such as tablets. Just in front of you on those main entertainment screens, you'll then find a range of different charging options. They have both USB and USB-C, and there was then an international plug adapter just down to the side. Also, just down to the side, there was some additional storage and also the controls for the seat. Now, talking about all things controls, one thing that was done especially well was these automated window shades. This is something that I understand that Emirates do up in the business class cabin, and it was nice to see this infused into the brand new premium economy cabin. Yes, I was a bit of a kid and enjoyed playing with those, but they were really very decent indeed. In terms of the onboard experience, just getting settled in, you can make full use of those cameras. We will touch on the entertainment system, I promise, a little bit later on, but for now, it was time to start our pushback and get ready to depart out to Dubai. Before the takeoff was then a short drink service. I opted for a lemon and mint style of drink on that particular day. I have to say, I don't recall any alcoholic options being offered, and to be honest, had they have been offered, I'd have probably gone for them. It will probably vary with Emirates around the world as to what they can do on the ground, just down to licensing and the approach that they've gone for, but on that day, it was a pretty good start to the flight. I should say also, just above the seats was then individual air vents and also individual lighting as well. As we take to those London skies, it's a great opportunity for me to remind those of you who are yet to subscribe to the channel that I've got so much similar content across the channel from so many other carriers, including Finnair's brand new premium economy as one of my more recent videos. So if you do get the opportunity, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to welcome you aboard with the rest of us. As we hit cruising altitude, it gave me the first opportunity to take a little look around what is an excellent brand new cabin from Emirates. At the front of the cabin are 3 toilets exclusively for premium economy, which works incredibly well. They were nice and roomy. They had some really nice toiletries as part of them, and my goodness, was I impressed. I loved the gold little touches. Gone are the days of those very gaudy gold colours from Emirates you used to see in some of the older cabins, and the new look worked, I think, really well. Returning to the seat, the service was then underway and I was already well into a game of poker. I'll give you a quick update on that a little bit later. There was a hot towel, and it gave me the first opportunity to take a quick look at the entertainment system. The Emirates I system is clearly one of the best in the world. They actually originated seatback entertainment screens way back when, and paired with the entertainment screen was then this really quite decent quality headset. Not the best I've seen in premium economy, but certainly a good cut above what you'd expect from a standard economy headset. On the all-important Wi-Fi front, Emirates are really very generous. There was a all-you-can-eat type option for $17 and free messaging throughout the entire flight. I thought this was really very generous indeed. Through the same portal, you can also check out the various different menus on board. I had a bit of a look down the premium economy menu. It is worth saying there was then also a physical menu that was handed out, which I thought was really quite a nice little touch. On the dinner front, I opted for the pan-fried chicken. We'll check that out a little bit later. Overall, I thought it was a fantastic offering from Emirates. The main service offering on that particular evening was to be a main meal, so let's get into that. Just ahead of the meal service, I had time to get the tray table out. I thought this looked absolutely superb. The finish was lovely and it was fairly nice and sturdy. Just before that main meal service, there was a drink service that was brought around. There was some mixed nuts. I had a glass of red wine. It tasted really very decent indeed, and it was nice to see real glass being used. So cheers, here's to what's going to be a superb dinner service. With the main meals already coming around, I just about had time to go head-to-head in the game of poker and finally clinch the victory. So small things that keep me occupied in the air. Anyway, to the food. In terms of the main meal offering from Emirates, as ever with the airline, quantity was really on point. They certainly served people very well indeed. It was lovely to see the real metal cutlery, the china that the food was served on, and also the glassware that you had the drinks in. Top marks to Emirates on this front. It really was a superb premium economy meal service. Following this, all that was left to do was to make the absolute most of the seat comfort, gaze up at those stars on the Emirates ceiling, and get a few hours sleep before landing into Dubai. As dawn broke, there was a light breakfast that was brought around. I didn't opt for it on this particular occasion, just opted for a glass of water, and we were then slowly starting to make our descent into what was a beautiful morning over Dubai. So I've titled this Emirates Premium Economy the best in the world. So was it? Well, my thoughts were a little bit mixed. Overall, I thought they did everything really very well indeed. From the look and feel of the cabin right the way through to the food service, I thought it was a solid 9 out of 10 from Emirates. It really was superb in so many different ways. But to be the best in the world at anything, I think you need to move that segment on, rather similar to how Qatar Airways moved business class on, for example, with the Q Suite. And I don't really feel as though Emirates did anything particularly revolutionary just here. Yes, it was a very good rendition at everything that you'd hope that premium economy should be, and it would definitely be on my recommendation list should you look to fly it, or indeed should you look to upgrade a little bit from the economy cabin. But really, was it the absolute best in the world? No. I think there's other products that are coming through at the moment that perhaps look a little bit more interesting and will probably drive the premium economy segment that bit further. Overall, however, a fantastic experience with Emirates. I'd certainly fly premium economy with them again. Really hope this video was useful and looking forward very much to welcoming you to another one real soon.